Kentucky's Attorney General is suing the owner of a wildlife control company who has been the subject of several troubleshooters reports. Russell Coleman calls Beau Gast's years of actions, quote, deceptive and misleading. Wave News troubleshooter Alina Noakes has been following this case for us and files this report.
In this lawsuit, AG Russell Coleman makes it clear he believes Gast and his businesses have been used to create deliberate confusion for customers trying to hire animal control services. I received dozens of copies of complaints filed with the AG who say they paid money up front only to have Gast Company never complete the job.
A complete scam. That's how one customer describes a wildlife control company operated by Beau Gast, the subject of several troubleshooter stories over the past decade. Now, Kentucky's Attorney General is doing something about it. AG Russell Coleman filed this lawsuit Friday, accusing Gast of running a coordinated scheme with his business, Humane Wildlife Control Services. Under that business, Gast has taken on more than 25 assumed names, many of them confusingly similar to government agencies or competitors. Gast Company, Louisville Animal Control, sounds a lot like Louisville Metro Animal Control. But Gast charged a fee for the same work the public agency did for free, and people were getting confused. We covered that story back in 2021.
We have been working with the county attorney's office to try to find out what our legal standing is and what can be done.
Then there's Animal Ritters LLC, which sounds exactly like Animal Ritters Inc., owned by Margie Darling since 1991. In 2025, Gast adopted her business name as his own when a check to renew her registration with the Commonwealth got lost in the mail. A year later, and Darling says her customers are still confused about who they're calling.
Our customers are mad when they find out what's happened and they haven't gotten the service that we gave them. And there's a lot of frustrated people, not just from my company, from other wildlife management companies here.
When we told her the AG had finally gotten involved, only one word came to mind.
I'm relieved that they're finally doing something about it.
You feel like it's a long time coming?
For him, yes. I mean, this has been going on for years.
The AG's office believes the confusion is deliberate. They call Gast's business model a coordinated scheme, taking money up front, failing to finish the work, and threatening people who aren't happy. Dozens of complaints through open records that customers filed with the AG show a pattern of behavior by Gast and his company. One customer paying nearly $1,500 says after they collected the money, poof, no sign of anyone ever again. Never showed up, never spoke to us, nothing. Another saying the company removed the trap and camera from our property without notice. The office manager called stating we breached the contract by threatening legal action. Records show Gast contracts include this, a non-disclosure agreement threatening thousands of dollars in fines if they leave a bad review or speak to employees in an inflammatory way. The AG says that's illegal. We tried to contact Gast at the address listed for his operation here in Kentucky. I walked up to an empty, locked office.
I have a quick question.
The building's owner telling me he spoke to Gast about 6 months ago, but he's never rented out the space to him.
Well, we tried contacting Gast for comment today. Just last week, U.S. Marshals were trying to do the exact same thing for the federal trademark lawsuit filed by Margie Darling. The Marshals couldn't find him anywhere. And this service note saying that they believe he is intentionally evading law enforcement to avoid showing up in court. Alina Noakes, Wave News.